quite official this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try not to in the future.
All right. Well, so I see that Antonio couldn't make it. So
I
let
had
us
to be honest.
begin.
I don't mind because I'm sure if he was around and we went into the tower, it would suddenly all gravitate to the portrait.
Yes, let us begin. Everybody roll a d20. All right, let's get this here.
Eight.
One.
8,
Oh
1.
wow, I got a 3. I thought I was going to be last one.
All right. So,
That means I win. I've never won anything in my whole
Yes.
life.
who's going to go first, Father Nicola? What would you like to do?
Since I'm only 3/4 of the way through my Worthington is a jerk song, I would prefer to start with the tower infiltration.
Okay.
However, before we do that, there was one thing that came to my memory that we should
Yes.
probably discuss in front of the whole group. Now, as I recall,
Yes,
Axel
remember
went.
the group is all, you were all there. We're going to say you're still at the Wickhaven table, kind of like where we left off. You're about ready to go to your adventure. But yes, that's right where we left off. Okay.
Okay, something occurred to me. After the breakfast little concert, Axel went into the garden house, and if I remember correctly, he went downstairs and found a crypt,
Yes, that is correct.
but he could not open it.
Yes.
And in the meanwhile, we
If you
found
tried.
out.
Did you try, Axel? I don't recall if you
I did, yeah.
Yes.
And as
Oh,
I
but apparently I was
recall,
the second member of the group to have been inside this shed.
yeah, I never Grimoire. I think at one point he set foot in there, but he never went down and explored it or discovered the crypt because he just saw a garden house and then he took off. So you went
Oh,
deeper
okay.
than I did. But that makes me wonder whether Worthington is in that crypt
Okay, yeah.
because he's trying to become a lich.
Well, let's role play this then. Who's is Grimar even there? Grimar's not even with us, is he?
No,
By
we're all
the
back
end,
at
he
the
was,
table
yeah.
now.
We all
Yeah,
got
at the end he was. So we're all here. So Grimoire, when you mentioned that you found a crypt down there, I said Grimoire says that could actually be where Worthington is. I always assumed until now that Worthington is simply shapeshifted and he's the king now. But if he's worried about assassination attempts on the king, it would be a smarter play to stash away his body somewhere. And if he's seeking lichdom, it makes me wonder whether he's physically dead and he's already achieved a certain level of undeath to be able to do everything that he's doing. And so the concert tonight is going to fully animate him. And if it is, this is all blatant speculation on my part. And if it is, it means that's where he's stashing his body to be able to do the deal. So when we disrupt the mechanism, if we find a way to get out, maybe before we go on the blimp, we should try and go down there and see if Worthington is down there or not. What do you think?
Well, the people that'll be in the tower aren't going to escape in the blimp. That's for the people in the Colosseum. But yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Although you got to be careful. Like if he might, if he's down there, he might just kill you.
That's true.
But that's a really
And
interesting
frankly,
idea.
I don't have that much magic left, so I have to measure every spell that I cast because I haven't been able to meditate and recover my arcane energies. I've only recovered some.
Hey, speaking of which, I saw I was just with the princess and she seems to be still under the effect of some spell that Grimoire cast on her. Is there anybody here who might know how to dispel that magic or try to
You
free
mean
her?
Grogar, right? Grogar cast it on her, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
yeah.
Grimoire.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, the big guy can take care of it. I just can't do it today. This is Mr. Shifty. because I think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, I can. That's something that Grimoire says I could study and try and find magic to do it, but I don't possess that magic right now. And Shifty is real upfront about saying, "Oh, my big guy's got all kinds of tricks. I could take care of it within the next couple of days. I just don't have the uh, I don't have the juice right now. He only gives me a little bit of juice every day. Most of my juice is used up, so I got to save it for the concert. But within 1 or 2 days, the big guy can have her perfect, unless it's something really, really, really nasty. But I have a couple of things I can try.
All right, well, if one of you could try to do that, that'd be great. Otherwise we're gonna have to try to find some way to help her.
Consider it done, my man. Just not today. 48 hours. Give me 48 hours. Oh, the way this campaign goes, who knows how many spells I'll need to cast in 48 hours. Dun, dun, dun. The map came up.
One of the maps. I was trying to get the Coliseum, but it's not for some reason. Anyway.
Does that say Mordor? Is that a doorway to Mordor? I'm just kidding. It's mirror.
So
if you look
we
at it
have,
funny, it looks like
we have two different groups, right? We have the
tower infiltration
Tower
team.
and Coliseum, and that's it, right? Just two groups.
Yeah.
Team Tower and Team.
The tower team, the Coliseum team.
Coliseum team.
And so Tower team is basically Grimoire, Brogar,
And Antonio's characters, Shoelace and Finrod.
Well, I
well,
think
he's
I
not
like
here,
to
so
I like just to keep it simple as we can.
why don't
'Cause
you?
it's-
What if you sent one of your characters, Father John? Or that could just be Brogar and Grimoire, but it'd be fun if we're gonna have two different things and each of us has a character for both.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, Randane's
Okay,
definitely has to be in the band. And
So
then
send Wart.
you said, sure. You wanted her to be with the princess, but I have no problem.
Oh, well then send Sprocket. So does that mean Shoelace is not going? Or is he going, Father DM?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Let's just say
Yeah.
he got food poisoning because I'm supposed to impersonate Shoelace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd already be enough with two totally different groups with each of us. Let's just have his characters not be there at all.
Yeah. Grimoire, Brogar, and Sprocket.
So I had
Sprocket.
a proposal. I don't know if you saw my message in the chat yesterday or the other day, Father Jason, but
Okay.
I was thinking already if Sprocket could try to recruit Somel so they could be at least two people manning the dirigible. And since he knows everything about it.
Oh, I forgot. You're going to pilot the dirigible. You did have a role.
So if he could do that, maybe he could get Somel to solo pilot the dirigible and then he could go to the tower.
All right, I'll do let's do Sprocket and Somol are in the
We don't have to role play that. You just
No, yeah. The two of you are in the dirigible. Okay.
But if
Are you saying that he could just hire Sprocket to do the dirigible
if
by
we
himself?
want-
That's his idea.
if we want Sprocket to do the tower, then that way there could still be the dirigible option if it's flown by Somel.
Well, this is a crazy idea, but the tower team could all pass by in the dirigible, the tower first, to see if there's roof access, just to check. And if not, he can at least kind of hide behind the tower on the other side of the guard station, and we get lowered down where nobody's looking, where the guards aren't. And then we start our mission, and Somel takes it on to the Coliseum and then just blends in with the other dirigibles that are like saying, Worthington is the best, whatever. And that way we'll know for sure whether the tower has roof access or not, because we've never checked that.
Okay. That's up to you. I like the idea of having Somel. That's a great idea. And that would give, if the two of you are working together in the dirigible, you'll get advantage on all of the checks that are needed.
That's music to my ears.
However, if you are alone, no advantage.
So you're saying you don't want Sprocket to come with us into the tower, I mean.
No. It's up to you. I'm just saying that
Mm.
that would be the advantage of flying with Somel around. Would be that you would get
So
advantage, but Somel alone or Sprocket alone will
I'm
just
open
be
to
flying.
I'm open to not having a
who's
character there. I don't mind. But
okay? So who's going with me now to the tower? Grimoire? Who's the one person going with me to the tower now?
Brogar.
Rogar right now.
Brogar. Okay. As long as I got some muscle to back me up, I'll make do with that.
Okay.
Because there's no telling. The biggest physical threat are going to be the guards outside. But if we get the drop on them, I'm not too worried. I just don't know what the staff is going to be like when we get inside, whether they're suddenly going to turn into all these nasty monsters and things or not.
Or
But
we could
perhaps by
assign.
the
Go ahead.
but perhaps if that does happen, then all we got to do is rush up to the second level, which just means moving that mirror and booking it over to the painting.
Another thought, if we assign Finrod, Antonio's character, to the princess, who I don't know what the plan is for her, but if we just want to have somebody with her, then we have a character who's not being played, and then Wart can go to the tower.
I'll allow that.
Okay, cool.
Let's do that.
That sounds
Because
good.
I would prefer having two thugs with me than one, because I know there's going to be a brute force moment here. And my spells are very measured. So every slot has to be, saved for the objective. I might be able to swing casting one sleep spell, but I'm only going to do that as a last resort.
Okay, so it's Grimoire, Brogar, and Wart. And then the Colosseum team is Finrod with the princess, Sprocket and Somel and the dirigible. And then who is
Billy is impersonating Shoelace.
Billy as Shoelace? Then it's going to be
And Kato and Axel and whoever is
Kato,
playing
Axel.
his multifaceted self.
And Randane, right?
Randane. And Zadurk, Antonio's character, he just can be there.
All right, he's in the crowd, but he's not going to be playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's too much. It's a lot. It's already a lot.
Finrod is just babysitting the princess, so I'm not worried about Finn.
Yes.
I mean, another option would be to send the princess and the dirigible. She'd probably enjoy that.
Okay,
that's true. Actually, that's true. She'd actually be there, and she'd be safer up in the.
And it would probably be safer for her than on the ground.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because nobody will even know really that she's watching.
She says, "Oh, I could throw flowers from the dirigible."
Well,
that's great. Then Sprocket could
kind of discreet.
If she's there, that's what she would say. That's what
exactly
when you invite her. So she's open to that. She could go with Sprocket.
Okay, awesome.
A question for Sprocket. In the end, did you have any time to create things that go boom? A simple yes or no question suffices. Answer suffices.
Was there time during the day, DM, for him to do that? I would think so, because he hasn't really done anything.
Yes.
So yes.
And could he make two things?
Boom.
Yeah, what was the request? He would have done the request.
One thing that went boom, at least. And if not, if possible, two things that went boom. Because it never hurts to have a spare.
How big a boom? Like room boom? City boom?
Small room boom. And preferably, safe enough to carry, but if you threw it and it like hit a hard surface, and cracked, then it would go kaboom. Because I'd like to have something like that in case that's the way to take out the apparatus in the tower. And if I have an extra one, I might try setting up a simple trap across that crypt that if the crypt lid opens, it falls down and goes boom. As a long shot. But those are the ideas that are percolating in my mind right now. So maybe something that would be considered the equivalent of acid splash or chromatic orb. I mean, acid splash has a small area of effect, everything within 5 feet of it, but maybe a little
Like
more
a
damage
grenade.
because it's fire. Yeah, it's basically a grenade. Acid splash would be like your most, that's a cantrip. That'd be your lowest level grenade, except it would do like fire damage because it's a boom instead of a acid damage.
Like half a
Or
fireball.
if it's possible for you to do something a little higher octane, then maybe something more or less the equivalent of a chromatic orb spell, but it has an area of effect of like 5 feet or something. So it's like everybody in a couple of squares. It all depends on, I don't know what your limits are to what you can create in a few hours.
There are no rules, artificer rules for that. So I guess whatever the DM allows.
You propose.
I think, especially since in his backstory, his old employers had him making explosives and things, that he's pretty proficient at it. So I would think he'd be able to make 2 grenades, equivalent
Okay.
grenades.
All right, 2 grenades.
And maybe they're like half or a third the power of a fireball spell.
Yeah.
Like each one. Like the radius is a little smaller and it's only 2 or 3 dice of damage.
But fire damage.
So
Right.
if it's fire damage, somebody could still make a roll theoretically to dodge it if they needed to, but it's relatively contained. Let me see what the damage. I can give a more concrete proposal when I look at the fireball spell. Because I think fireball is 6d6.
It's a 3d6.
Let's see. Yeah, see, because fireball's a 3rd level spell. It does 8d6 in a 20-foot radius. So let's say we cut it down by 3.
So we'll
So
do
maybe
3d4. Let's do 3d4.
and then maybe a 5-foot or 10-foot radius.
Yeah, 3d4 on a 10-foot radius.
Okay, awesome.
And a save is half, like just like fireball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a dex save, so
It's a dex save.
Would it be to my spellcasting?
yeah, because you created it.
So 15.
So it'd be whatever DC you have as an artificer.
15 DC.
Okay.
So you get
So
both
I got
of
2
those.
of them. Woohoo.
And 1 walkie-talkie.
Okay.
1 sending stone.
So I take a walkie-talkie. I also scare up some twine in case I want to like create a little trap with one of them. Let's see. I probably have a tinderbox kit and everything, so I don't think I need to worry about that in case I need to create some sort of a fuse situation. Twine can be something very versatile, Give me 1 second. Somebody's knocking at my door.
Mhm.
It's my brother.
Is he down in
could be.
Atlanta now?
I'm in a meeting with your brother right now.
Is it really?
And he said, I bet it's my brother. So he's
Wow.
like prophetic.
You know him too well.
A rare Big Ben
Yeah, that
appearance.
works.
He sends his greetings and says you're in a lot of trouble. Whatever
Just
that
Father
means.
Jason.
Yeah, just
No,
Father Jason.
You're
The
the
rest
one
of
that are
us.
in a lot of trouble.
So Axel sitting there at the table, he says, "Hey guys, I wrote a song that I think can work, and it has like the first verses are just praise of Worthington, and we can kind of repeat those until we get to and Billy, if you have some as well that are along those lines, that'd be great. But
Oh, Bubba, have I got lines? I'd love to bounce them off you.
okay, until we
I
get to
haven't
the
finished it yet.
okay, until we get to the part where we get the message from the from Grimoire and his team that it's time to change tactics, and then the song transforms and it kind of starts talking about who the real Worthington is, but it's got a really good beat.
Because that's 99% of the song.
Oh yeah.
of any song is the beat. Okay, are we demoing this now, or are
Yeah,
we
well,
gonna just
we
reveal it?
can we can start we can do a little practice.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll share my verses. It's kind of long because we got to have some time to sing.
Oh
But
yeah. I hear you.
I'll share them here in the chat with everybody. Oh man. Okay. I'll do it in I'll first I'll share the positive part. Okay. Here's the positive part.
As constituents.
So we can just kind of, sing the songs we've sung before and these new verses as well, like a new song. And then it gets into the bad part of Worthington. So let me share that with you now. I don't know if we want to reveal all this stuff, but it's in two different messages here. But messages 2 and 3 here are the bad parts.
All right.
So Billy, why don't you share with us what you got here so far?
Yeah, I'll flesh it out.
Okay, awesome.
All right, and I'm using a little shorthand here, so I might have to explain it a little bit, but I think you'll get the gist of it.
So after we sing Axel's song, we invite Billy on stage and he sings his song.
Well, Billy's going to be on stage with us from the beginning because
Yeah,
he's
I'm imitating
he got sick.
Shoelace.
Shoelace got sick and everything. He's in bed, like rolling in pain. So Billy's just gonna
butterflies in
disguise
his
himself as
stomach
Shoelace.
now that he's about to meet his girlfriend again.
Yeah.
Okay, W in this stands for Worthington. It was just shorthand because
Awesome.
I didn't have to type it.
Worthington, Smurthington. I love it. What a great start.
What's the deal with Worthington? His job is done. His run is run. Time to move on from Worthington. Worthington, Durthington. What's the deal with Worthington? All these cheers for departed ears. All tears are shed because now he's dead. His life's been led. Oh, Worthington. The king seems so needy, or maybe just feedy, just seems so greedy for Worthington. How could that be unless you see it's meant to be for Worthington? He's mostly dead, but needs to be fed. So is he so dead, oh Worthington? And then that's as far as I've gotten.
What if we do that? That's like what if we do that as a transition? So we do the positive part and then we do that as a transition. And then the negative part that I prepared, that's like the grand finale where we
Bubbla. It's gonna be more than
unveil
that.
the mask of Worthington.
This is gonna be the greatest show. Because as I'm singing this, I'm going to be casting little illusions around the king. I'm going to be changing my appearance to look like Worthington undead, and a couple of other things at key points in the song. So that I'm like projecting what I'm talking about. Just wait. Oh, this is going to be the
That's
greatest
awesome.
show.
So
the big guy
so
is
when
awesome.
like when I sing like for the council's silent voices now whisper from the grave, can you like make like little spirits come up like they're speaking from the grave? Or
One little spot. Yeah, I can do a little simple one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. No, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great.
Because I
So,
also make flames flare up. I can make my eyes glow. I can make my voice boom because I got this little, the big guy taught me this little sort of stage trick. So I got all kinds of weird things I could do. There's torches. I could make all the torches flare up in a certain moment.
hey, and I mentioned here, like in quest for dark ascension, to lichdom he aspires. Worthington, the fallen one, consumed by dark desires. You think it's good that we mentioned that?
Oh yeah, because my next part of my song is like I'm gonna like I haven't figured out the rhyme scheme yet, but that he's feeding on the cheers and the tears. And then
Okay, yeah.
so when I make him appear for the first time, he's gonna look undead already. And when I start talking about that feeding, I'm gonna make
Well,
like his
I have
eyes
a verse on
glows
that. Yeah.
and he's gonna get fat. So it's gonna
Okay.
reinforce. They're gonna reinforce each other.
It's nice. So in my verse 4, it says, he feeds upon our adulation, hunger never quenched. A wizard turned deceiver, his soul forever clenched. So yeah. And then if
I
you
like it.
come in with your little, part about hunger, that'll be awesome.
This is gonna be great.
That's weird. Can you see me?
You
No.
disappeared. Now
Well,
you
now
came
we
back.
can. Yeah.
Now I can
Yeah, you
see
just
you.
disappeared for a minute or so. We were
Yeah,
just
we've got
continuing to talk about our songs. All right. So we better get running, huh? Oh, Father Jason just froze.
Now's the time to run.
You know what happened is he turned on his light and that just blew
Yeah,
the whole house. Like
too much.
too much. Internet's down.
You might have to switch to mobile data if you can or something.
Yeah.
Father Aaron was right. He was in trouble. And now the
What
trouble's
did
come to
Father
find
Aaron
him.
say?
Oh, he
I
just
didn't.
texted. My internet went down just a second.
Okay.
That was like
Yeah.
2 minutes ago.
Mhm.
So while he's disconnected, what do you guys think? Should I really try and do anything with that crypt, or should I not push my luck?
Hmm.
If he's,
I don't think you're gonna have time.
yeah,
Yeah,
What were
I'm
you were
thinking I
just
just
thinking of putting a bomb there? Was that it?
yeah. If we manage to sneak out, like if we're not being pursued, we could just sneak in there, rig up some sort of a bomb to explode if he opens up the crypt, and then we just leave. Or if suddenly the crypt opens up, we lob the thing at him and then we run like crazy.
Now, one danger there would be that if you like we don't our main efforts are gonna be in the upper part, right?
Mhm.
So storming the lower part might require more manpower. Um, and if we do just something little, we might just give away the fact that we suspect that he's down there. And then next time we come back,
it'll be
it'll
place the
it'll be
defense.
much harder. So if anything, I would think that right now we need to focus on the upper part, and then
All right.
like even if you were to put a bomb there and it were to hit him, it's not going to kill him. It's just going to
Yeah.
wound him.
Tick him
So
off.
yeah, just make him mad.
Maybe slow him down if he's chasing us, but
Yeah. But if anything, I think it's more just a matter of information at this point regarding the lower part. That's how I would see it.
Okay.
does anybody
We'll
have
skip.
scrying spells? Because we do
No,
have
those are-
Worthington's hat. So if he's
Oh,
still
I have stuff from him too, like his blood and stuff
in his glasses, so if
or
we
whatever.
encounter someone who knows how to, or we learn how to,
Yeah,
we could
I
use
have a
that to find
vial
out
of
where
his
he really
blood.
is.
I gave away the water. I gave away the bottle of water.
You had his hat,
Which was
and I
from
think
one of his duplicate, but I have a vial of his blood.
his hat and his glasses. I think all you need is something from
I
him.
yeah, I have his top hat exactly.
So that might be helpful.
I don't think
At some
any of
later
us have that level of magic yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But yes, I agree.
Or Grimoire
We
could
need to save it
ask
for
some
a
of his
rainy
friends.
day.
Yeah.
I also have, this is also another item related to him. I have the chess piece, the queen,
Oh, all right.
that his sister gave me. Okay.
All
Welcome
right.
back, brother Jason.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I think it
All
seems
good.
as Wi-Fi. Okay, so it might be a little clunky, but we're gonna do it. So yeah, it's pretty low right now. Okay, so what would you like to do?
Okay, so
I think we're ready
that,
to go.
yeah. Tower team, I'm gonna actually dress up as Roddy the Roadie. And then Brogar and Wart can come with me. And the general plan at that first level is to we like make our way into the guard post.
Okay.
And I start trying to get in. And
so
if they give me any
the original thing that you had said of the dirigible was Sprocket and Somo and the princess. They
So before they leave, Axel simply mentions to the princess to be sure to stay discreet and in costume, like in disguise the whole time. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't need to go to the tower. They don't need to go to the tower anymore. But if the tower's on the way to the Coliseum, I would still be interested to know if there's some sort of a roof access in the top. So if they could just fly by and see if there is, that's all I need for them.
Okay. Which one of you has the sending stone that Sprocket made?
Me.
Okay.
Grimoire and Randane.
Okay. Grimoire and Randane. Fantastic. So you set out towards the tower. You, Grimoire, Brogar, and Wart, and you are dressed up as the who was it?
Roddy the Roadie.
Roddy the Roadie. So as you get closer to Worthington's tower, you begin to realize very quickly that there has been some measures that have been set for certain. Even as you get closer to the tower, there are many more guards than there were before, and they are stopping and even frisking people as they get closer to go down Worthington Street itself. You're also drawn to the fact that there are, yes, spellhounds in the area. And this is quite an inconvenience for a number of the people, and including those that live in the neighborhood, and they're sort of complaining and whining about this, especially as the great games are the Great King's Speech is drawing closer. So people are more in a rush, but there's a big backlog of people. So that's what you're greeted with.
The traffic is leaving, right? And we're entering.
Why do you hate us so much, DM? Why do you hate us so much? I just don't understand this hostility.
Yes.
You know, they're supposed to be on their coffee break. The guards were supposed to be on their coffee break. Two of them were asleep, and you know,
Now
Okay.
you overhear one of their conversations. Well, we're told that there was a break-in the night before, and to the most honorable Worthington. And when they say the word Worthington, they all sort of bow their heads in reverence. And can you believe that somebody would break into the tower? And so, yes, the king himself has demanded that security measures be, amplified in this neighborhood, and so that's kind of the scuttlebutt that you hear around.
So Brogar, he wants to try to like rile people up in the crowd that are kind of angry,
Okay.
to get them to at least try to intimidate the guards enough that they back off a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Because he's very good at
Inspiring the crowd.
like performing in public places and getting people riled up.
Inciting
Okay.
riots, I think, is the correct expression.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One guy like isn't particularly mad, and a couple of others are sort of gathered around, and the guards are saying that I'm sorry, this is just duty and so forth. And so you could, yes, you're at the corner of the street, so you're going to go down Worthington Street, which has actually been renamed after Worthington. It's now Worthington Way, and so, but you're at the corner of Worthington Way and 8th Street, which is the Council of Eight. So,
Okay.
yes.
Can I make a perception check to see maybe if there's like some areas in the city that maybe people are particularly wanting to go to, but now they're not able to, or, that are particularly, or aspects that are particularly bothering people?
Sure.
All right. Oh, I got an 8.
Yeah, well, so what you're picking up on is that people, well, first of all, people are just wanting to get home, and then they're also wanting to get easy access to the Coliseum without having to drop down through the lower city where the traffic is just, is
Okay.
overcome.
Okay.
So
So
that's
with that, then Brogar is going to, is there like I don't know, like a table or something that nearby that he could stand up on and really get people's
yes,
attention?
is there's some street vendors that are trying to sell street food, street fair food, which actually is filling the area with quite an aroma of like, just think of your local state fair food, mutton and huge turkey legs, cold beers and so forth. So that's
Okay.
kind of,
So with that environment, then Brogar is going to stand up on one of those tables that's at the
all right, there's
restaurant.
quite a nice beer table that you could stand up on. Yes.
Okay. And he's going to like extend his arms and say something like, "Peoples of Manhattanheim, today in the Coliseum, where I was a great champion, as you all know, today that we will be honoring Worthington. And all of these people, these guards, they're trying to prevent you from honoring him. I want you to come together with me. Let's storm this street and take this back in honor of Worthington."
Yeah, Worthington wouldn't want this.
Okay, let's say the crowds are already, you can hear some, and a couple of people have had a good number of beers are in the area, in praise and honor of Worthington, of course.
Excellent. The drunken mob. Perfect.
So they kind of yell out as well. Yeah, no, that's right, that's true. And
Brogar continues. Today,
are
everyone's trying to go to the Coliseum, and these guards are preventing us from going there. We can't stand for this.
So there, you get a sense that you do have the crowd behind you. One of the crowds says, one of the guards looks up at you, and he's quite
sort of taken aback by this, and he's like, come on, man, just get in order. He yells at you.
Who do you think that you are to try to dishonor Worthington on this day in which the whole city is coming together? We all need to be united.
Yes,
you cannot stop people from getting to the Coliseum like this.
You see the crowd starting to push up a little bit, but they're kind of looking for Brogar's lead as to what he's going to do.
Okay. Brogar will jump down in front of the guard. And for the moment, he'll simply try to intimidate him.
Okay.
But like using some of his moves, he's just gonna try to scare him. Like he's gonna, like jump off the table at him, like he's gonna attack him, and then not do it, but like be menacing about it.
Can Wart also menacingly stare behind him with his arms crossed and give him advantage?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to surreptitiously do a little of my no doggy, no powder. And I'm going to cast minor illusion to just put a big reverb on what Brogar is yelling right now, because I can create a sound up to a scream. So I'm going to try and make like almost a roar of him in the crowd immediately behind him to see if that helps spark the ones in back too.
Okay, so what does Brogar yell with the reverb? And then we'll give you the roll for intimidation at advantage with all of these helps.
Okay. He rolls, or he yells, "Let's take back this street."
And then it's going to start, let's take back this, let's take back this street.
Worthington Way. Yes, Worthington Way. Okay, DC 13 at advantage.
All right. Oh yeah, 20.
So the younger guard, the guard that you've been interacting with, he looks back towards somebody who looks like the command and the and he says, sir, I think this is getting a little bit out of hand. I think we could just, we don't want to have the bottleneck. And okay, he says, yeah, move them along quickly, And they lift the barricade up, and the guard gives this indication. Okay, but just go straight through. Don't be stopping at any one of the towers. And they start moving you along quickly, and you can see they're scanning the crowd for people that look a little bit suspicious. And also as they're scanning the crowd, one of the guards comes up with a spellhound. You see him coming up the street.
Do artificer objects give off magic?
I would think, but the DM approves, that now that Sprocket has learned that lead blocks the magic detection, he would provide the things, any invention he makes, with a little lead-lined box.
Okay.
But okay.
Yes, I'll give you that. Yes.
Okay, and then my wand, which I use as my arcane focus, is it's kept in a lead-lined sheath secreted on my person. So theoretically, it's not going to set off a signal either. Theoretically.
So what are you doing? Are you like blending in with the crowd as you go down the street on Worthington Way towards this tower, which is just like we'll say 2 blocks down?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is when we go by the tower, we can set off some little distraction to make people kind of look away, and then we can just break off the 3 of us, and then we'll just go to the entrance, and I'll do the Roddy the Roadie thing and say, "Oh yeah, we forgot something the other day, something like that."
Okay, the spellhound is kind of dodging and weaving through the crowd, sniffing and like you might see at the dogs at border crossings and things like that, and it's sniffing around, and it comes up right up to you, and it sniffs right in your general area, and it moves on quickly towards other things. So it's not noticing the magic.
Yeah, and it like goes right up under my legs and hits me on the crotch like those irritating dogs do when they're sniffing something.
Yeah, exactly. And it moves on down as the crowds are going by, and the guards are like saying, "Move along quickly." So, now also at Worthington's Gate, um, as you reach the gate area, here go to Owlbear Rodeo. I have the aerial vision of just kind of scroll down. I have the aerial vision of the Colosseum, but I do want to draw out. So you have Worthington Way. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So here is the gate. It's here and it's closed. Okay, so you're on Worthington Way heading this way. And the gatehouse is right here. Okay. Now there's a different guard that is at the in the gatehouse itself.
Mm-hmm.
Um and and then there's two other ones that are standing now on either side of the gate. So it's quite different than the last time you were here. And these guards themselves, you recognize them as wearing the king's crest. Also, they're dressed in light plate mail armor, and they are wielding halberds. They have shields strapped over their back, and they look well trained. Like they've had some, to your eye, like some extensive weapon training, and these are not your kind of your normal city guards.
Now, is the guard station is the guard station inside in the sense that there's no way we could attack that guard directly unless the gate was opened?
Yeah, it's like so it'd be like one of those guard houses like this, and then this is a big double gate that would open up in this direction like that.
Mm-hmm.
And these two guards are standing out on the sidewalk. There's the or a high wall that goes over as well. And and then Worthington's Tower's up that way. Okay.
So we see 5 of them now.
No, you see 3. 1, 2,
This is
3.
me.
Yeah, that's a Wart and Brogar.
Yeah.
On the bottom.
Oh, okay. I gotta get my guy here. Hey, where's my boy? There's my boy. Dun dun dun. All right.
Really
Let's
don't wait. There's like no. How would you
How
say?
did you make it work so that his name appears on the bottom of it?
It's when you edit it, I think it's you go to character. No. Go to the 3 squares and the plus sign on the right.
I figured it out.
Okay. You can add the name.
So
actually, yeah, I gotta change it.
there's lots of there people are moving along back and forth. So the guards aren't really looking at you. They're just they're specifically because you're sort of stuck in the crowd there. But there's no intermediate, right? It goes right from the city street of Worthington Way to the wall to the gate.
Okay. That being said, is there any point where if we peeled off from the crowd just out of their view, we might be able to get to a spot of the wall where we climb over without them seeing us?
You could try to continue on down the way, but you'd do quite a bit of parkour to get over this wall quickly with nobody seeing you with the busy streets and everything. It's not going to be like it's almost
near impossible unless there were some sort of you know.
So Brogar says to Grimoire, all right, now we got to try to get in. If you can talk to him, great. If not, Wart and I can smash their heads.
Over or around or through? Whatever you say, boss.
The real trick is going to be
Okay.
getting that gate open one way or the other. The real trick is getting that gate open one way or the other. I'd prefer to not use magic. I have a couple of magical solutions for this, but
I can try to scale a wall like that.
no. He basically said you'll be detected if you try to do that. Is there like an opening at the top of the gate
Unless
that
you're
if
a
they
monk.
were if they were incapacitated, we'd be able to like scrabble over the gate and get inside?
Yeah, you'd have to do the same kind of street parkour that to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
See.
climb walls without any difficulty.
Let me see. From where I at, can I see the mechanism that's used to open the gate from the inside, like a lever or a crank or anything like that?
Recording in progress.
Echo.
Mm.
All right, my wife.
Speak to us.
My Wi-Fi
Your
came
wife?
on. Okay, good.
Oh,
My
nice.
gosh, I thought you said wife. I was like, whoa, your wife, what? Okay, can I see through the gate? Can I see the mechanism that would be used to open the gate, like a crank or a lever or whatever?
Yes, you can see on the other side that mechanism, and it's controlled from it's not, it's no
It's
leak.
on the inside. Yeah,
Assume that's
it's
on
on
the
the inside.
inside, and it's controlled from the guard tower that is right here.
Okay. All right. Now I assume that as the crowd is like going down the street and stuff, like the guards are the most worried about the people, so the guards and the spellhounds are kind of going with them.
Yeah, so you have at your advantage that you're sort of lost in the group. Now, the two of you are much larger than normal people. So,
Yeah.
yes, you stand out in that regard, but there is quite a bit of commotion of so.
All right. Okay, what I want us to do is we're going to kind of drop back toward the back of the crowd, right? And then when it's just that perfect moment where we're kind of just around the corner from where the guards can see us at the gate, we're gonna separate off and hide for a minute while I cast Unseen Servant. But it's going to take me like 12 minutes because I have to catch it as a ritual. But I'm going to make the Unseen Servant, because it's invisible, appear on the inside of the gate, use the mechanism, and when they're like, what's going on? My big boys rush in and we start beating the stuffing out of them. That's the plan.
That's a
So
brilliant
the question
plan,
is,
boss.
yeah. So like, is there a place where it's like, yeah, just around the corner, we kind of duck back. I take out my spell book when nobody's looking. I start doing.
We can form like a V around you
Yes,
against the
the
wall.
place to hide is down the street. So at the end of Worthington Way, where it reaches a T, right? You could hide down there.
How many
Uh,
feet away? How many feet?
it's about how many feet is a block?
2.5 feet. Just kidding.
How many feet?
Average city block.
The good thing about Dungeons and Dragons is you learn all these things. 264 feet.
Ugh! Accursed DM.
Otherwise, you have just like you have people everywhere. Like the hide is going to be impossible in the group unless you're trying to hide in the crowd. Okay, like and just sort of go slowly through the crowd and use.
Grimoire, you are puny. You can just hide between Wart and I.
Look, I got no issue with timing this so that as we're going through with the crowd, I literally have my book out and I'm surreptitiously doing it toward the tail end of the crowd so that we time it just right so that as we're passing by the gate, it pops open, and then while they're walking off saying, yay, we go in and my boys beat the stuffing out of them.
So you want to time it such that Brogar and Wart are going slow enough so that the crowd is going around you, but you're going slow enough that that 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, your spell
right.
can go off.
Yes, that's right. Did I mention my intelligence is 20?
Okay. Brogar and Wart, describe to me how you do this. You have the crowd pressing in around you. They're in a rush. And there's a lot of things going on. People are, they're kind of saying move it, but they're also getting around you. And so like what are you doing to to do this? And then I'm going to require I will require your stealth roll, I suppose, because you are trying to hide and blend in Grimoire as you are doing this spell. Now, is the weaving and the casting of the spells, is that over? Does that?
Brogar isn't one to try to blend in. So
if they just make I tell them it's like, look, just make a space around me as we keep walking through the cloud.
If Grimoire needs 10 minutes, is that right? We need 10 minutes?
Yeah. 11.
So Brogar was seen by everybody trying to rile the crowd. So he's going to just, instead of going to the Coliseum, he's just going to be like, yeah, we did it. Keep the pressure on. Everybody go, go Worthington. We saved Worthington Way. Something like that.
All right. Yes, at this time, like the crowd is just the river of the people are going, and you're doing that, and people are clapping, and then
He'll
there's
be like a cheerleader,
like
organizing cheers.
It's great to see Brogar. He's back, and there's some adulation and people thrown your way. A couple are stopping to ask for your autograph, and and behind you,
I lift up some babies in the air,
Grimoire is with his little spell book, and you're
exactly.
Now, I'm trying to think
I'll use the no doggy no stuff if that's a concern.
Yes,
because I am casting magic, yes, but I'm going to use a charge of the no doggy no stuff. That'll leave me 3 more charges.
Okay, use your charge of the no doggy no that you
got.
Now, Wart, what are you doing?
So he positions himself so wherever Brogar is standing on the street, he's occupying the other spot. So if anybody tries to go around Brogar, he's blocking their way. And if anybody he hears and he feels a push or he hears anybody, oh, go faster, get out of the way, he'll just give him a glare and grimace with his fangs.
Okay, 10 minutes pass, and your unseen servant is ready. The spell is cast.
Okay.
Now,
so
we're gonna put your pieces are here. The way I have it envisioned is something like that, and you're approaching now. You're right about at this point right here, where Brogar, you're able to see people are kind of moving around you too, and here, but you're able to make eye contact with the guard.
Okay. Is it a swing gate or is it one of those ones that goes chink, 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 chink up into the roof?
It's a swing gate that swings inward.
away
Okay.
from us.
So
So
if he does the magic, so from what I can see, if he pulls the lever, is the gate just gonna like open on its own and swing in?
Yes,
Okay.
most likely.
All right. Okay. All right, boys. When the gate opens, just go in and there's that moment where the guards are surprised. Take them out as quickly and effectively as you can. And then we'll just close the gate behind us. I will close the gate behind us while you are beating the stuffing out of them. While
Okay,
nobody's
but I
looking.
have another idea. I've got the crowd worked up. Let's take advantage. I got this.
Wait, no, I thought about that, but
Just open the gate.
oh gosh. All right. So I send what I do is, since I'm kind of timing it to be right by the gate, I have my unseen servant materialize inside the gate area.
Do grab one of the chips, grab one of the things that is your unseen servant and put it on the board.
I don't have any starter sets for mounts. What a bummer. Okay. Why didn't you buy starter sets for mounts? What kind of a cheap DM are you? I'm just kidding. All right,
Maybe I will.
let's see. Assets, characters, mounts. There's no mount characters. I'll do add. No starter sets. Wait.
Put the wing guy on there.
So Wart nudges Brogar and it's like, so attack or no attack? What do I do? What's your plan for me?
Just follow his lead, man.
Brogar
You're
says,
not paid to
it'll be
think.
obvious. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll know right away what to do. Let's see. I'm just going to put the cleric counter on here because there's no cleric around right now. Okay. Starboy. Here we go. That's the unseen servant. So what I do is I have him just sort of materialize here.
Okay. Perfect.
And then he just kind of slips in behind the guard.
Okay.
If he can't fit with the guard, then what he does is he like reaches in kind of around the guard and pulls the lever.
It can interact with an object. The servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fires, serving food, and pulling levers. No, it doesn't say.
Opening gates to
Nice.
wizards' towers.
Very nice.
Okay, once you give
This-
the command, the servant performs the task. Go.
Okay. So when the gate starts to open,
Suddenly the gate goes and it's moving, and you can see
Brogar,
these two guards.
who has
They're like,
been
"Wait, what?"
continuously riling up the crowd about Worthington,
Okay.
he says, "Everybody, look! Worthington has opened up his palace for public service today. Come on in." And he just starts walking through the gate. Like, we can celebrate Worthington in his garden here. Everybody
Okay.
bring some beers, he says.
Roll a
Persuasion.
you want to do persuasion?
No, I'm a performance guy.
Okay, do a performance.
Okay. 16.
This is like September. This is like January 6th.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, some of the like there's people that have Worthington banners and they're like, yeah, let's go in Worthington, and people start to follow you in. Move your guy, so you're about here, and the guards are like, wait, everybody, and they start like grabbing people, and but you're already through, such that now they're trying to control the crowd and the group, and people are, whoa, but some people are, about 4 or 5 people are around you right now, Brogar.
Okay.
Wart, did you go in as well, or what?
Yeah, Wart will follow Brogar.
Okay. And I imagine Grimoire. So the three of you are into the place, but you're mixed in with the crowd. and the
Okay.
guards are moving people out, and they
Okay.
grabbed one lady by the arm and they're pulling them out, and they grabbed another fellow, and a couple of them are coming right towards you now.
Are there? Okay, so how many guards do we see in total right now?
3.
3.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll move them towards
Uh,
where. Yes, they're probably right up at the. They're at the gate itself right now, and they're moving.
mhm.
They're pulling people back and kind of getting control of the group. They've even
Are
thrown
their
the guy
backs?
out-
Are
this
their
guy
backs?
throws
Are
one guy onto the ground, and
Yeah.
he's like dragging him out by his arm and so forth. He's like, no, they're yelling out, no, no, no. So
okay? Is there a moment where their backs are all toward us?
now,
Now?
yes.
Okay, we just try and select behind them, and we try to go as quickly to the tower entrance as we can. And if I see that one of them's about to turn around, I'm telling my unseen servant, hang back a little bit. If you see one of them's about to turn around, just give him a yank on his cloak, like somebody grabbed his shoulder while I wasn't looking, so that he turns around and tries to react to it, to just kind of distract them.
All right, I'll require a group stealth roll. It's going to be all of you together, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a difficulty count of 15.
The crowds give us advantage.
It's
Brogar rolled
probably
4, which is about right. So when Brogar
Knowing his
sees
skill
that he-
set.
like no matter what you guys get, we're not gonna get. So when Brogar sees that he's not
Wasn't
like
it-
this isn't for him. Like he just keeps trying to rile up the crowd. He's like he sees the guard like throw one of the people to the ground, and he's like, this is like back in the Coliseum. Everybody, this is so much fun. Come on. And he tries to pick up the card and to like
Body
do
slam.
the same thing. Like, pick him up and throw him down.
All right, so that's your turn. We'll do the grapple in a second. Wart,
Okay.
I got a
hey,
20.
Grimoire, you can make your stealth rolls DC 15.
I got a 20 and my speed is 40, just for your information.
I got a
Work.
7, so I ain't sneaking by anybody. Do I get advantage because my unseen servant is trying to help me out?
Hey, are you all dead
Uh,
already?
Not yet.
Come
Antonio,
on.
awesome. You're right at the tower moment.
Are you
So-
invading already?
Yeah, so Shoelace can be with us here.
Yes, Shoelace can be working his way through the crowd and have just.
He was hiding inside Wart's overcoat.
We're breaking into Worthington's office, but like all the crowd is going to the Coliseum. So Brogar, who's with all of you, he's just been like riling everybody up. Grimoire got an unseen servant to open up the gate, and Brogar is just like, "Hey, everybody! Worthington has opened up his palace for public use today. Let's all go in and enjoy the garden."
What the guards did?
Well, the
They're
guards are
keep
trying to
people out, but
control the
we're trying to
crowd.
keep riling them up here. So
The one, so you, Wart, you made your roll, right? You're able to hide.
At 20, yeah.
Okay, so you're able to get into some of the bushes or something without the behind some very elegant, large bushes that you're able to hide in. Nobody notices. Grimoire, one of them does see you. Antonio, once you roll for Shoelace, roll a stealth roll to make through the crowd and get into Worthington's tower. It's a
Okay.
DC 15. It's not an easy roll. And one of the guards yells out to Grimoire. He's like, "Hey, you stop!" And he starts move. It's the one that had the unseen servant. He starts coming over towards you.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. 18.
Towards Grimoire. What'd you get?
18.
Okay. So put your figure on the board here and move it off, I suppose, towards this direction over here. Towards where Wart is.
So where am I? Like here right now?
Yeah,
More or
you're right
less?
about there. So there's a long sort of passageway that goes up towards this, Ward is
And then
hiding.
does it?
There's
But then does it? Oh,
trees
okay.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
All right.
the tower's off in this direction, probably another, 100 feet or so. Um Ward, make your grapple roll.
Brogar?
Sorry, Brogar.
But that's like an athletics check, right?
Yes.
Contested athletics.
All right, I got a 19.
Okay. 19.
Yeah.
Is contested with, oh man, I
Strength or
rolled
dexterity?
3, so he gets a +3, he gets a 6. What
Awesome.
do you do?
I want to pick him up like I would in the Coliseum.
Okay.
And then
You can do like the WWF spin before you slam them down.
I want to keep getting people riled up so they come in, And I want to, like I'll spin around and I'll be like, everybody, the guards, they've opened up Worthington's Palace, come on in, and then I will I'll just like drop the guard on my knee or something like that.
Oh, the domination
Pile driver.
Oh wow!
Like a legit WWF wrestling move.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's like, and the group now.
I'll be like, sorry, man, it's all part of the show. Thanks for helping out.
The crowds have noticed this and they're stopping, and people are starting to come in, and it's getting out of hand, and the guards are now are start trying to control the mob from getting in. So Brogar's attempts have worked, and the guard that is coming towards you, Grimoire, let's see if he stays or if he goes to control the group.
If I had a spell slot, I'd turn into the shaman guy who, stormed the Capitol. Who had the big fur hat and the banner and stuff on January 6th.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say
we're doing, Antonio, this is a January 6th moment here.
Oh yeah. I like it.
Brogar is Donald Trump here.
Yeah.
Well, he's a little bit more explicit.
It's going to be 40% chance that he comes after you, Grimoire. 60% that he goes for the crowd. And, oh wait, I have to roll this one first. Okay. There we go. Grimoire, he comes for you.
All right.
So he's like, you, and he remember he's got his halberd. Wait, where did Antonio go? He's got his halberd out, and he's like, he says, "Don't make me use this."
Is he within range of me, or have I gotten far enough away that he can't grab me immediately?
He could grab you in the next turn for sure.
Does Wart notice this? Does he hear any of that?
Does, but he's too far. He's off in the bushes.
I mean, my speed is 40.
Oh, okay.
So you can
calculate. Wart does.
Yeah, because what I'm thinking of, do I have time to run toward the entrance of the tower, or
yes,
even
you
just
can make
move?
a break for it?
Yeah, I want to make a break for it, and I'm hoping that Wart sees what's going on because I don't know where he hid and jumps the guy. So that's what I'm going to do. So, but just in case, I'm going to do my normal movement first, and then C, which I can move 6 squares. So I'll move 30 feet.
Okay, he's going to pursue you. We're going to say we're going to put you right up at the tower steps, okay, to get up into the main door.
Okay.
The guard is like, he's like, hey, wait, and he's coming down. He's right about here. So Wart, whatever you're going to do, it'll happen now.
Yeah, he'll jump him or whatever, hold his action until he's like right parallel, and then he'll jump out of the bush and attack.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
There's an optional attack. There's one, I think, feat that allows you to make a disarm attack that works one way, but then there's an optional attack that is disarm another way. So I don't have that feat, but I can, if the DM allows, I'll try to disarm the other way. A creature can use a weapon attack to knock a weapon or another item from a target's grasp. The attacker makes an attack roll contested by the target's strength check or dexterity check.
Okay.
If the attacker wins the contest, the attack causes no damage or other ill effect, but the defender drops the item. So I want to make him drop his halberd, his polearm.
Okay. Make a roll. Contested. So he's gonna get. He's a fairly burly guy. He's a pretty elite guard.
My attack roll is my unarmed strike and a natural 20.
Natural
Oh,
20.
yeah.
So
You're
this one
lucky
doesn't do
because
damage.
he got a 16 plus a 3, so he had a 19.
28.
So natural 20.
I
What do you
wish you had done. I wish you had done straight damage to him. You would have doubled all your dice.
So you literally shatter the halberd that he has. Okay. I suppose.
I wanted to disarm him.
You wanted to disarm
Can you
him?
just take the halberd then?
Yeah.
Like take it out of his hands.
Okay, so you just what do you do, Ward? Whatever you rolled a natural 20, you let me know what you did.
Well, just, he's a monk, so he uses his martial arts since he surprised him, so he grabs, the top, punches maybe his arm or his stomach and twists his other wrist, pulls it out of his hand.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, so without using flurry of blows, he still gets a bonus action to attack. No. You can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. So that's what he's going to do. And he rolls, an 11.
Okay. That the guard is able to evade.
And as his free use an object, he picks up the halberd. I don't know if that's allowed.
Sure. Yeah, you have it. You have it in tow. Okay. So we got Grimoire at the tower door. Wart, you are tussling with the guard. Brogar, you have literally thrown a guard onto the ground with a pile driver. The other guard is trying to keep the
But
guard.
apologizing kindly to him.
Yes. The other guard is trying to keep the crowd from getting in. And Shoelace, you have come into the courtyard. It's your turn. What would you like to do something? You see Grimoire at the door, Brogar tussling with the guards, and Wart tussling with another guard. Is that the unseen servant?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
the
to
unseen servant.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Grimoire to the tower.
Okay. The tower doors are locked, Grimoire.
That's why I have bruisers with me. I'm not concerned.
Okay.
I don't have much skill. I will try to see if I can pick the lock.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have proficiency or anything, but what the hey? So sleight of hand roll.
Make it lucky and guess the combination.
Sleight of hand.
I rolled a 13.
Not good enough.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but hey, it's worth a shot. Let's see.
I can try to do it.
You try to do it, and then I'll see if my unseen servant can get in there somehow.
Shoelace is actually pretty good at this stuff.
Let me see my abilities. Which Sleight of hands.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Okay, 27.
Jeepers creepers. You're not
Shoelace,
even
how do you do it?
human.
How are you able to like describe what you do?
He gets a pin from his jacket
Okay.
and opens and smile to Grimoire. Oh, that was easy.
Yes, you hear a satisfying click. All right. We're gonna go back to Brogar then. Brogar, you have the guard on the ground. He's I'm gonna say he's kind of like stunned by the pile driver. He's looking
Okay.
up at you and he's like, ugh. And so
All right. So Brogar is going to continue to try to rile up the crowd.
yes, and there's like you hear cries of Brogar, Brogar.
And he's going to say, "Everybody, come on in. Worthington's Palace is open today."
And in fact, more and more people are coming in, and it's starting to get really unruly. So yes, and
Brogar's going to start a chant like Worthington, 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 and does the other guard that was still like active? What is he doing?
so this one he's trying to keep people out, but he's trying to do it in such a way he doesn't want to like use like terrible force, but he's getting pushed by the crowd, and like 15, 20, 25, 30 people are starting to come into the courtyard.
Okay, great.
Yes. So there are people everywhere now, and the guards are completely overwhelmed.
Okay.
And in fact, as that happens, you see, even as the doors have been unlocked, several more guards come from out, but they go rushing right by you at the door, and are going to like try to stop the crowd from getting in. So you have
Okay. So Brogar, when he sees the door open, he's going to say, "Everybody, they opened up the tower. Come on in." And he's gonna start running. He's gonna start like quickly moving towards the tower. Okay.
Okay. So you quickly move into the tower. Grimoire, you and Shoelace, you notice that the guards go running by you, and they're trying to like put up like a wall so that people don't come into the tower. They're like, wait, 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 wait. And they're trying to push people out with their halberds that they have them
But
like
they ignored us.
they've ran right by you to
Okay.
keep most of the people away.
Yeah, we are going right in. And I want to go into that hallway and move that mirror in front of the entrance spot. I'm like, Shoelace, we can't spare 1 second here. We will look at your girlfriend afterwards. We got to get up on the tower before this crowd comes pouring in here. So the plan is we're going to make a beeline for the mirror. And with my unseen servant, I'm going to ask him to kind of help put it in place. And then we're going to go through that magical entrance and get right upstairs into the tower area.
But
Follow
wait,
me.
if the people enter the tower, they might steal the painting.
We can find the painting later. I have magic to do that. It's
Okay.
one part of the puzzle. The most important thing we got to do right now is disrupt whatever Worthington's doing to turn this into power for himself. And that's upstairs. She's part of it too. Don't get me wrong.
So just metagaming here, since Antonio wasn't there for the part of the meeting at Wickhaven. The basic plan here is that at the Coliseum, while this is all this is going on, there's another group at the Coliseum that's playing and stuff. And the idea is we're gonna get the crowd riled up at the Coliseum to praise Worthington. And as soon as you guys in the tower do whatever you need to do to disrupt, then you're gonna send a message to us in the Coliseum, and then we're gonna start changing all the songs so that the songs are about how bad Worthington is. Because apparently Worthington, like our hypothesis currently is that he grows off of adulation and he's trying to become a lich. And I don't know if there's anything else that That's
Okay.
And
gotta
while
be
he's
central.
feeding on the adulation, he's distracted. So we're
Right,
trying to
that allows
time
us
this
to-
that,
yeah.
yeah, we're trying to time
While he's
this
while
as
he's being praised, you can get into the tower and do your stuff.
yeah.
Uh,
And we're hoping that's going to short out whatever you can do. Then with the walkie-talkie, I'm going to tell them it's done, and then they can start changing their lyrics to make him look like a fool in front of everybody.
Okay.
So here's the role. We're gonna do Brogar performance role. Okay.
Okay.
See how much of the crowd continues to move forward and to get towards the group. So Brogar is going to give a performance role, while the guards are going to do an intimidation role to like move everybody back. Okay.
Okay.
So it'll be contested performance versus intimidation. That's going to be. But before we do that, Ward, what are you doing? The other guard is moving. He's joined in forces with the other group to like try to move the bulk of the crowd from getting, like trying to move them back.
Once the door opens, Ward will spend a key point to do Step of the Wind, which allows him to disengage as a bonus action. So he
Okay.
steps away from the guard in front of him. Or is the guard still attacking him or not anymore?
No, not anymore. He's moved to like try to like push people back
Rogar got an 18 on his performance.
on his performance. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any guard that looks like it's about to attack Ward?
No.
Okay, well then he doesn't spend the key point. He just runs into the doors with the halberd. And as soon as Brogar enters, his plan is to close the door and shove the halberd into it to keep it closed.
Okay. Now keep in mind Brogar is like he's up here working the crowd. So he's
No. Are you
Rogar's
waiting for
plan is actually to
Brogar
get
or
everyone inside of the tower.
all right, so here's the role. Brogar is you know, doing his, and you rolled a what?
18.
18. Not even close. It's I rolled a
Woo! Today's
3.
Brogar's day.
So it's so it's a total of 5 to your.
Okay.
So you have overwhelming. Yes, no, the crowd is like.
Yeah, I want the entire crowd coming with me. We're all going inside.
Brogar. So you have like the whole crowd is just imagine behind you people like 15, 20, 30, 40 people. This whole river of people are coming right behind you, Brogar. And the
All
guards
right.
are like, whoa, and they're trying to keep you all at bay, but it's so strong that they just keep pushing up against you. So that's what you're looking at as the 3 of you, the other 3 are looking out at the crowd. So
What's the plan, boss?
And Brogar, he's close to the door now, and he's just, everybody come on in.
I'm ignoring
In
that.
honor
I'm
of
ignoring
Worthington.
that. I'm not waiting for him. We're making a beeline in there to set off the entrance to the second floor, because once they pour in there, it's going to be chaos. And if they happen to fall upstairs and start falling against that barrier, we're going to have insect creatures out the wazoo. Forgive the expression. It's going to be a mess. That's what I'm thinking of. It's like, that idiot.
okay, so this is a perfect moment to move the camera lens over to the tower, to the Coliseum. Okay, so here's what you have. If you go scroll up a little bit, I put a picture of the Coliseum on the there. So here we have. Oh, we can have Finrod now come along. I suppose. And to the Coliseum.
So was his original idea going to the Coliseum?
You're breaking up. Can you repeat what you just said, Antonio?
Finrod was at the tower, and Zarduk, the paladin, was at the Coliseum.
Okay, so Zarduk is at the well, who goes to the Zarduk goes to the Colosseum then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, so um as you are getting closer and closer to the Colosseum, there's now Marshmallow, now describe to me, are you dressed as Marshmallow and the Breakfast Club right now?
Yes.
Are you planning just to go on the city streets and walk there?
Yes.
We have a carriage.
Yeah, if we have a
Yeah.
carriage, that we could try to take the carriage, but yeah.
You do have the carriage that Wart took.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll say just to move the camera lens quickly, you're all dressed in as Marshmallow and the Breakfast Club. You're able to, as the traffic is moving slowly, but as you get closer to the Colosseum, the guards, they see who you are and they usher you around to a VIP parking space, and kind of motion to that you can go in through one of the back doors to get ready for the performance. And one of them says, "Oh, and yes, and they will tell you what to do there once you get into the Colosseum." The
All
the run
right,
of
great.
show,
Thank
the
you.
master of shows, Relaine Lafarelle, he's been organizing everything. He says he knows you, or has spoken. He can't wait to greet you. He will tell you what to do.
Oh yeah, Relaine, he's a legend. Can't wait. All right, thanks.
He is. Yes. So, let me know if there's anything you're doing, as you get through, if you want to prepare anything, but just think of yourself as being like in the back, kind of in the underbelly, somewhat basement area of the Coliseum. There's kind of people, staff and personnel walking around and things like that, getting ready. But you can hear through the doors that there's like a long tunnel, and you can see that there's steps that go up to let me see here. I'm going to move this down further, and I shall drop. Okay.
Oh.
There's no blood on the floor, but it couldn't be perfect.
Nice.
So you come in over this way, and oh, that was the wrong one. And you're sort of like in the underbelly here, and you can see that there's steps that lead up to the main place right here. So you can hear just the crowd there, and people are singing, though the words are not exact. They're singing your song about the tightrope and the Worthington and the tightrope walker and all of those, those recounts that you had. So their Worthington celebrations are going on, and then there, you can hear some people saying like that the horse races had just finished, and they're looking now for the juggling act that's going to be taking place and so forth. And oh, good, Marshmallow's here. I shall go get Lorraine. He'd be so happy to see you.
Mar- Marshmallow whispers to everyone else in the band. So right, it's Billy and
Randane.
Randane, right?
Yep.
And then okay, and Antonio, your character there is more he's more like a bodyguard type character,
Yeah,
or
he's a bodyguard. Yeah.
okay. So Marshmallow says to all of you kind of in private, and he says, "Hey, if any of you see anybody trying to like, or if any of you notice that you feel like you're trying to be charmed or something, let me know because I can sing for a minute and give everyone defense against being charmed."
And Nate says, I like it as he adjusts his he put the sending stone inside the bucket helmet, so that when he has it on, it's like right next to his ear already. That's how you can use this. It's discreet. He can still play his instruments and then just kind of
Hey, Billy, how do you want
get
me
the
to
message.
introduce you? To bring back the good old Billy Big Elo?
Beg Willow, but don't worry, it's a common
Pegolo, yeah.
mispronunciation. Yeah.
I knew that.
Look, when it's time for me to sing, I'm just gonna stop playing the xylophone and I'm just gonna pull off my helmet, and you can just go, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Beg Willow, and the crowd,
I love
hopefully
it. I
some
love
of
it.
them. I'm
Okay.
trying not to be proud. Some of the crowd will go. Ah! Some middle-aged
You want
women
to
will
do that
probably
during like
swoon.
start out with one of our like positive verses? I can give you one of the verses and or do you want to just go straight to your negative part?
I think I'll do it when we get the signal for the negative part, because that way you guys can size up the situation, and if you want all the heat about that to fall on me instead, you guys can react shocked too that I'm singing the negative stuff and keep your positive refrains, or just stop.
Okay, yeah. And if we need to in that sense, I'll just signal to you and you can continue singing all those verses that we prepared, including the ones that I prepared, and that'll be fine. But otherwise we'll divide them up.
Yeah, because I'm the one who's gonna sing my little negative thing first, and then you guys are the plan is you guys are gonna pick up your negative verses too. Like I'm setting them up, and then you're gonna drive it home, right?
Yeah, that's the initial plan. But if we see that
Okay. But if we see we need to
there's
adapt,
reason to not do that, I'll signal to you to keep singing, and you can take the
all right.
As you're talking, Relaine Lafarelle comes and he goes, "Oh, it's Marshmallow. The whole stadium is just," he gives you a big hug, and the Breakfast Club.
And Marshmallow gives him a big hug back.
Oh, he says, "Oh, thank you." He goes, what a grand performance. You've truly taken Manhattanheim by storm. If I wasn't already so famous, I would be jealous myself," he says.
You got nothing to be jealous about, Relaine. You know it. Are you
I
going to be
know,
performing
but
today too?
never forget who made you great, he says. It was
I know. You taught me everything I know.
Now, let me describe to you what's going to happen. So right now we have the king's royal horses that are out running about. He said, but if you just follow me up these stairs, I in Breakfast Club, come with me, and I will show you what you could expect today. And so you as you come up, we'll say you're standing right here, right? Okay, so you're on ground level. Okay, so up above you, there's about a 8 foot high wall. Okay, six foot high wall that's here, and then the stands are all throughout here that extend all the way up. Okay, so he goes, "Look, here's the stage," he says, "right here in the middle. And you can see that the stage is set up. I hope it's to your liking." And you see that it's set with like some different things that can enhance your show, different platforms on top of the stage. There's some things there's a magnificent, the gnomes have provided fireworks that when you step up, it will shoot off here on the four corners, and send sparkling sensations in Worthington's honor to the sky. It would be most magnificent. He goes, and we also have gnomes that are up on top of the ceiling. When they see you enter, they will send off some of their own fireworks. It would be magnificent. And even one of them has the grand finale, when the fireworks are over, the last one, it will come together in the aspect of Worthington himself in the sky. It will be magnificent. What do you think of that?
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
Now,
And where will that firework be shot off from?
oh, he goes, "Look it over here, this one. This one is in the likeness of hold on, Siegfried. This is the giant statue of Siegfried right here. The storm giant wrestler. So it will be up over his head, where the likeness of Worthington will take place. It'll be
Oh yeah,
magnificent."
that's cool. And is it going to be like is it going to be shot off from there, or from down below on the ground, or where do you got
No,
the
from up on
how are you
high.
doing that?
Up on high, yes. Several gnomes have volunteered, those that are unafraid of heights. They will be sending off. From behind each one of these, the great protectors of Manhattanheim, there will be the fireworks display. And so
that's
after
amazing
the
technology.
Yes, it's magnificent. We've rolled out all of the stops. The king said, "Spare spare
expense.
no expense, no expense." Then after the fireworks display, the king himself, he will come out and he said, "Look over here," and you can see up high, okay, above Manhattan, above at the very, very top is like the royal section, and there you can see um, the king um, in the most prestigious section, way high above the crowd, in a lavishly decorated box with silk drapes and plush seating and gold accents. And there you have the king's throne set there at the center of the royal box, and a grand chair that is there that you can make out even from down here from your level. And it's decorated with jewels, and the king is actually sitting there right now, disguised, not disguised, but taking in
Aha! I knew
so
it.
much of the thing. And around him are some lesser chairs, and there is this council of eight seated around him. Of course, there's an empty chair for Worthington. And to you also notice your old friend there, who has come out today to this
Raugar or Silva or both?
Graugr. Graugr is
Raugar, yeah.
yes.
What about the queen?
No queen.
Okay.
No, so that's what you notice here. So, and of course, you've noticed that underneath here, there's like a labyrinth of different rooms and hallways that serve as the performer's preparation area. And he said, we did
Relaine,
have
before
the
you
gnome
continue on,
crew that you competed against. They had just performed. The gnomes and the gnome and brass, remember? And the one of
oh
them
yeah,
had, yes, he was quite delighted that he was able to clean out his trumpet. He said he had found some bubble gum in it, and but anyway, yes. But they were happy to have made quite the performance. So, does that sound to your liking?
I have a special request here, Relaine.
Can you
It's really
wait one sec? I gotta answer a quick phone call here.
yeah.
Of course.
Indubitably.
Hey Antonio, how about I was thinking Zadurk go and try to destroy the firework display while we perform.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Especially the big one that has the face of Worthington.
Oh my gosh. Or like destroy part of it so the face
Yeah,
is
yeah,
deformed,
exactly. Right. So I'm gonna have Marshmallow ask.
All right, concoct your plan. I have to go check about with some flooding because we're getting torrential rains
Uh-oh.
right here. But I'll be right
Oh
back.
no.
It should only take a
Okay.
second. All right.
Okay. So I was gonna say I was thinking to have Marshmallow ask Relaine if that you as our bodyguard need to have like full access to the
Yeah.
stadium, the Coliseum. So can you give him a special pass so he can go anywhere?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm working on my song.
Awesome.
It's raining a lot here as well.
Yeah, it's
I
nice and
know.
sunny here.
Flooding. That's amazing. What city is Father Jason in?
think in
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Midwest storms.
Yeah, I was just looking up the weather there.
Yeah, there's a huge storm going through the Midwest right now. It's here
wow.
too.
East Coast is nice. Hot, but nice.
Do
Flood
they
you
think
watch
it's
have-
the aftermath of Beryl?
I think so.
Yeah,
Because
so it says
Beryl, like,
remnants of
hit
Hurricane
Texas.
Beryl are expected to soak
Yeah.
Metro Detroit. Flood watch until 8 p.m. in Detroit. Wow. I'm looking at a video of the weather in Detroit. It's torrential.
Climate change, man.
That's why his internet went down probably too.
We're
Yeah.
doomed. It was this huge flood in Brazil last month in the
Oh, yeah.
south of Brazil. It was like unbelievable. People were like more than 1 million people were needed to be relocated. It was incredible.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, whole cities under the water. It was like out of this world. How is Rome now? It's very hot.
Yeah, it's really hot this week. Yeah. Last week was really nice, but this week has been really hot.
Cool. Do you go on
So
vacation, right?
no, well, I'll be going second half of August, basically.
Where do you go?
Valformazza for 1 week, and then we're going to Germany for the second week.
Oh, how cool. Where in Germany?
So Alzgern, we'll be based out of Alzgern and just kind of travel around from there.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you can
So-
do. I've been there before. You can visit many places. That's fun.
Yeah, there's a lot to see out there.
Yeah,
It should be fun.
cool. How many
I
people
really
are
like
going to
Valformazza
Germany?
as well. So
How many people are going to Germany?
I think there's about 20 of us, maybe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Are you spending the night in Valformaz in the place in the
I haven't
mountain?
decided yet. I've done it a few years already, but
Oh,
I don't know
it's
if I
so
want to
much
do it again.
fun. I love that
Yeah.
place.
It usually is fun.
I don't like to climb that mountain though. It's
Yeah.
so that mountain is so miserable.
It depends a lot on the day, what it's like, if you get a good day or not.
My problem with it is like the sand, you like need to walk very slowly.
Right.
But the place is so beautiful and the food, I
Well, when
like
you
the
get to the
food.
top, the view is so amazing.
Yeah.
All right, good news. No flooding.
Oh, good.
Great news.
You got
So
yourself a
Marshmallow
snack.
says to Relaine, he says, "Hey, Relaine, this is our bodyguard here. His name is Zadurk. And
Of course, you would need a bodyguard with how famous you are, you know.
so I need him to have a special pass so that he can go anywhere in the Colosseum to be able to protect us."
Oh, he says, of course I can do that. He calls over one of the master of ceremonies who gives you a pass that you hang around your neck,
A lanyard.
a lanyard, and it says the Worthington Day pass.
All access.
Hey,
So-
Relaine, do you want to join us on the stage?
What
Oh,
did you ask?
yes, I'm honored to be invited, he says.
It would be great to have you up there, you know?
I think you go and he reaches over. He said, "Look, with my lute, I think I could just follow the chords.
Yeah, you're good enough. You can just play along. There wouldn't be any
Yeah,
tough
I
stuff. Are
just
you
play
getting
along,
some
and of course,
harmonies
if
and stuff?
I pick up the refrain, and I'll be happy to sing."
Yeah, it'd be great.
Wow, he says, "What an honor! I've never thought I would. Do I need to have one of the masks?"
Oh, wouldn't
Oh,
that be
it's
fun? We could
even
get
better
you
if I don't, he says, because people will recognize me. They will be like, "Oh, all of the greats are getting together in honor of
or
Woody."
if you like, we could give you a mask, and then when the moment comes, you do a reveal.
I mean, you think if I show up that even Billy would come? It would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Like, could you imagine if Billy showed up? That would just be
I think
incredible.
I would faint, he says.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we got to do it then. And
Okay.
All the
so
generations of Manhattanheim performers.
Yes.
Marshmallow pulls out an extra mask and he gives it to Relay.
And as you are seeing, as you're standing there looking out at the Coliseum, a couple of roses come floating down from the sky. And
You
it
could
goes,
hear
"Look,
Blimp.
one of the dirigibles is throwing flowers," he says. "Isn't that magnificent?"
Oh, that's just fantastic.
I think he says, perhaps this is being a little bit too, I don't know, presumptuous, but perhaps it's for you, he says, and he hands the rose
Well,
to you.
that girl up there certainly is beautiful.
Oh, he says, "You have much finer eyes than me." So this is what you're floating around up there, Sprocket.
Yeah. They're co-piloting with Somel, and they're
Okay.
keeping their eye out for any suspicious activity.
Yes, and the princess is throwing roses and
Yeah,
flowers
she's just by
down from high above. Yes, you see three other like hot air balloons, and they have the likeness of Worthington on the balloon itself.
Nice.
So
Also, since we're talking about it, did we pass by Worthington's tower and see if he had like a door entrance on the
no
roof?
entrance on top, no.
Just a flat roof.
Flat. No, it's not a flat roof. It's like a towered
Okay.
roof, but there's no discernible entrance on top.
Oh, okay. Nothing to see from so high up.
Yes.
So are there going to be some speeches and stuff, or
Yes,
what's
he
gonna...
says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I got so distracted with the flowers floating down from the sky. And then the invitation to perform with you. Oh my goodness," he said. "Be still, my heart." He takes a deep breath and he says, "Yes. So after the fireworks, you'll be ushered onto the stage. The fireworks will explode all around. Then you will have the Worthington likeness firework in the sky. All of the crowd will be singing Worthington's praises. Then the king will come and make his speech at that moment, overlooking the crowd. He has an important announcement to make, and then he will pass the baton to you. He will usher us in, and you could begin the performance."
Oh, that's fantastic.
That
Have you heard
almost
any insider information about what this big announcement's going to be?
Yes, yes, it is. He looks around. He goes, the king has named the successor to Worthington.
Really?
He has indeed. Yes, it shall be revealed during.
And who's it going to be?
Oh, that I do not know, he says.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, we'll find out then. I'm excited.
One thing I know for sure, if it's the king, is it will not be the queen. He kind of laughs.
Really? What happened to the queen?
Oh well, they had quite the run-in, and she left in a huff a while ago. Nobody knows where she
Oh,
went. Rumor is that she's in some villa in Parisenheim or something,
oh my
living the high
goodness.
life, just Still
That's
married
really
and so on, but you know, only in name only.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll find out who it is then. And if you hear anything about the queen, do let me know. That's interesting.
Okay, she says yes. Oh, wait a minute. The host race is over. So here's what they're going to do. Everyone is going to, because now the sun is starting to set, right, and it's darker, and we're getting. He said everybody is now. It is there. Look, everybody is starting to light their little torches and candles and so on. You can see candles starting to be lit throughout all of uh the whole crowd, and he said pretty soon you're going to be called out onto the stage.
Oh boy, this is so exciting. Hey, uh, all right. Should we do a little practice run?
Yes. Oh man, he says if we could, that would be perfect.
All right, guys, let's do this. Let's keep it positive, and we do a good run.
We could do a little riff of dragon smoke on the water, a dragon in the sky, just as we're warming up. Kind of get the crowd pumping, give them a little taste. It'd be awesome. Imagine that on a xylophone. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, dragon smoke on the water is one of my favorites, says Relaine. So he goes, okay. He says, so you're going to do your practice run? Do you want to
Yeah,
role
I
play
just
that
went
out,
through
or
the
just say
song
you
like
did that, or
what's that?
you just want to role play that out, or he goes, I think
No,
it's the chords. He says, okay, so now out of game, it's 12:20. Do you want to role play out the performance right now?
sure. I need to go in about 20 minutes.
In about 20 minutes. Is that okay? Does everybody else have
Also,
20 minutes to go for it?
I can hang tight. I'm good for 20 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, let's do it. So huge applause. Relaine says, and you can hear this crowd. And now we will welcome Marshmallow and the Breakfast Club. Huge applause. He will come in honor of Worthington. And
oh wait, hold on a second here because like wasn't there gonna be some speeches and stuff before we play?
oh, yes, but you're already on the stage.
Oh, okay, but we're gonna listen to the speeches from the stage. Is that the idea?
Yes, that's the idea.
Okay, cool.
So you come out from here, and there's just huge resounding applause, like a standing ovation all around. Okay. And of course, Sprocket, you were noticing this up there in the dirigible.
You see the wave going around.
Yeah, the wave and the candles are being waved in the air. There's some steps that you come up onto the stadium, and then the fireworks, just like we had explained earlier, goes off, and it crescendos in the aspect of Worthington that it goes off above here above Siegfried. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. So
Well,
while that is going on, you can see. Let me just put this here. Hold on. Were you going to say something?
one thing that I don't know if Antonio's coming back, but
He texted, he said he has to go.
oh, okay, great. We'll just leave it then because I had suggested that Antonio's character try to go destroy the fireworks before they go off.
If you look underneath
That's
the
okay.
Coliseum, I put a picture there of the king coming forward to make his speech, so it can kind of give you a sense of what
Oh
it
wow,
looks like.
cool. Okay, awesome.
Okay, so the king comes forward to a blaze of trumpets while you were all down there. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, people of Manhattanheim, there's this huge applause. Today we gather not just in celebration, but in solemn remembrance and profound gratitude to Worthington. And then he lifts his arms up in the air. And you can see as Worthington, he just is like just taking it in, um, like he's drinking from a fresh mountain stream. We stand united in the heart of this great city, Manhattanheim, to honor Worthington, whose courage and dedication have forever shaped our destiny. A man who gave everything, including his life, to protect our beloved home. Again, adulation, praise, roaring of the crowd, throwing of graffiti, flowers floating down from the heavens, and so forth. Worthington is a name that will echo through the annals of history as a symbol of selfless sacrifice and unwavering resolve, he says, and we will erect a statue of him here in this Colosseum. He endured hardships. He made the ultimate sacrifice to ensure that we could live in peace and safety. So on. He goes on and on and on and like that. So I'll spare you the rest of. He's doing his best to rise to the occasion. And every time that Worthington's name is, of course, he's like being lifted up, right? By the adulation. In his honor, we must continue the work he so nobly began. To that end, he says, I am proud to introduce a man of equal valor and integrity, a man who will take up the mantle left by Worthington and lead us with the same unwavering dedication. I speak of none other, he says, of Sir Reginald Brewster, a distinguished servant of our realm and a guardian of our future. Sir Reginald, please step forward. And there you see this gentleman step forward, and you had actually met him. Some of you might have met him at the King's dinner. He was the one that brews tea and brings tea to Manhattanheim. That's the name Brewster. Sir Reginald will continue.
I thought for a second you were talking about the night that we met at the party.
No. Too. I was like,
yes, no, this is another
Siegfried.
one.
It's like,
no,
yeah,
not
he's a sorcerer. He's a sorcerer, and his source of magic is ego. Yeah.
So there's great praise and the words Reginald start echoing, and he says, no, today is for Worthington, and the crowd Worthington start, again.
Did the king look the same as he
says,
did?
as we look to the future, we must be vigilant against those who seek to sow chaos and discord. Worthington's greatest wish was to see our city free from the threat of renegade mages who, in their lust for power, endanger us all. To honor his memory, we shall undertake this great endeavor of purging the city of all renegade mages. Praise, adulation, and so forth. Now, as we gather here in unity and purpose, let us celebrate the spirit and resilience of Worthington and our people. We are honored to welcome Marshmallow and the Breakfast Club. And there it is, like more adulation and praise, and as people's attention are brought to you, whose music has become a beacon of hope that has enlightened and brought joy and inspiration to all of us. Their performance will remind us of Worthington and help him to live forever in our hearts and in our memories. Yes. Now, you were going to ask something there, Father Sweeney?
She said the king looked like he was soaking in the praises whenever people were cheering Worthington.
At every step along the way, long dramatic pauses with his arms extended, receiving adulation and praise as if it is, yes, something that is nourishing him.
And when they were cheering for Reginald, did he look the same?
No, he quickly diverted it back to Worthington, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let us remember Worthington's sacrifice, support Reginald in his new role, and celebrate the enduring spirit of Manhattanheim. Standing together, united in purpose and in hope, I pass the baton to you, Marshmallow and the Breakfast Club. More fireworks. more
So when
blurring
he
of the crown.
announces Reginald, Cato wants to try to remember what he might know about this guy. Can I make a history check?
Yes.
All right, 24.
Reginald came onto the scene about a year ago as a tea dealer from Manhattanheim, and quickly ingratiated himself with the Council of the Eight and the who's who of Manhattanheim, as being a very erudite and well-learned connoisseur of magic and tea itself. And that's what you know.
Okay. Very good.
But he has not been involved in the politics of Manhattanheim.
Is his tea famous for anything in particular? Do I remember that, or just good taste?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the famous teas of that come in from
Okay.
Manhattanheim.
So
Yes.
another berries tea type of a thing.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So that's where you're all down there on the stage. The crowd is chattering and slowly it's beginning to grow silent as all eyes are upon you. 10,000 people.
Okay.
The king sits back down upon his throne, says a couple words, of course, that you can't see, to Reginald. And what would you like to do?
How far away is the king's throne to us, more or less?
Well, if you look at the picture, it is quite the distance.
Okay.
These little squares are 5 feet each.
Well, I'm going to hold on, let me Google something quick. I knew you were going to ask me this, and I wasn't getting a chance to do it. Distance from the ground level to the top of the Colosseum in Rome. One moment.
Hundred and 57 feet tall.
What is it?
157 feet tall.
From the bottom to the top.
And
He's like
Yes.
halfway.
the
Say about 150 feet above, right?
mhm.
I'm on a meeting right now, but need somebody to print my.
And then the floor, it says, is like,
And I'll send it to the printer downstairs. You know where the printer downstairs is? Yeah. Okay.
see here. Here I'm getting like, I don't know if this is right, but it's like 600 feet long. That sounds a little bit much, but let's see here. That might be the whole building.
Yeah.
Here it is. The central arena is an ellipse, 87 meters long, 287 feet. So it's about the size of a football field in the
Yes. Perfect. Now the difference is, in the old Colosseum in Rome, the emperor sat down towards the bottom, but in this one he's up towards the top, like in the photo.
right. So if it's 300 feet, that would mean that each one of these squares is, I'm guessing, is about 10 feet.
Yep.
Like 170. Or whatever that divided by 34 squares long.
It's
Little
34
squares.
squares from top to bottom.
The inside part. I'll count again.
Yeah, so that's about it. It's about 10 feet each square then.
Okay, I'll make my guy even
It's
smaller.
about yeah. If we just imagine each square is 10 feet, that simplifies things honestly.
Yep. Each square is 10 feet.
Okay, cool. Um,
So all eyes are upon thee.
okay.
Thank you for that intel.
Yeah, so I mean, if nobody else wants to do anything else, Axel's just gonna he's just gonna get up there and start playing. He's gonna make a little introduction and say,
Yeah.
it's such an honor to be here in Manhattanheim and in honor of the great Worthington. And tonight we're gonna play the hits, and we've got some new songs too.
The crowds are going crazy, and even like you can see, especially a lot of the young teen girls throughout the crowd are particularly excited.
Okay.
Sort of screeching screeches coming from the crowd.
And before while we were sitting there, Axel is going to whisper to the others some encouraging words and give the others who are on the stage their bardic inspiration.
And Rendane does the same, just like high fives all around.
Okay. And Axel's
You can only have one inspiration at a time, right? We can only hold on to one inspiration at a time. Is that the rule? I'm asking.
Don't know.
I think so.
Okay, then he doesn't.
I don't think they stack.
Okay. Just know what all my toolkit is.
Yeah, a creature can only have one bardic inspiration die at a time. So Axel gives inspiration then, and how many people are up there with us? Just you two, right? He'll give it to Rance or Elaine as well. So it's worth 1d8, and if you use it and you fail, you get to keep it.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah. So that was one of my level 6 improvements. Okay. So if neither of you want to do anything else, he'll just start playing some of the older songs, and what he's kind of doing in the background is also just waiting for the signal from the tower, hoping that it arrives. And wanting to be able to continue singing positive songs until that happens.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to jump back and forth, but just in the interest of time, while I won't tell you, how do you think your group would tell that you're going up the stairs right now at Worthington's tower? Is that what you would be doing, do you think?
We wanted to time it so that we were basically hitting there as they were going to start playing, or the ceremony was going to start playing. So if it was the King's Speech, we would have done, if we knew that the King's Speech was going to be at the start, we would have done the King's Speech. Whenever we estimated that was when he was going to start getting distracted.
Right.
Okay, so
yes,
our goal was for them to finish what they were doing in the tower, what they needed to do there. When they would then let us know via the sending stone, and then we would switch from positive songs to negative songs.
Okay.
That was our goal.
So I'm just thinking about how to do this. Yes. Okay.
I mean, we can do performance roles if you want, for example.
Yeah.
At least as far as the Coliseum goes, but the main action is probably going to switch over back to the tower now at this point.
Yeah. Why don't you give your first performance role, and then we'll switch back to the tower, and probably by that moment you'll have your 20 minutes, in which case we'll begin the next episode with the.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. So Marshmallow gets a 20.
Ooh. Natural 20 or total 20?
Total of 20.
Okay.
Marshmallow, just so everybody knows, I roll with advantage because my character has a feat that allows him to roll performance checks with advantage when you're trying to pass yourself off as a different person.
Oh boy.
Randin rolled an 18.
Okay.
You do have my inspiration.
Yeah, I was just wondering because that's already kind of high, and I don't.
Yeah, no, I was saying
to save it
that to Father Nicola, not to you.
Yeah,
okay.
I am going to use my inspiration. Otherwise, I'm going to sound terrible. So
And I'll save mine
use
for
it or
one week
lose it.
seeing negative
Okay,
stuff.
so I rolled a 14.
20, 18, and 14.
Yes, maybe it was the emotion of being
Pharrell.
back in front of the crowd. Maybe it was
Pharrell.
just, so 2018, 14. So yeah, your first performance goes off tremendously well. And yes, the crowd is just delighting in Worthington and singing your praises as well. Um so yes, you're off to a great start in the performance. More fireworks as you go, uh dragon smoke on the water, whatever. Are you doing any other hymns in praise of Worthington or no? Like your tightrope walking one and all that?
Yeah, maybe my idea is kind of to do the classics, and then to maybe like if we need to, then go ahead and switch over. But the new song is the one. Once we get word of it, we could switch to the new song, which starts out positive, and then switches over negative.
Okay, let's go back to the tower then.
I do need to get going.
You do
But
need, well, let's hold it here then. We'll hold it right here.
okay.
So you've aligned the mirror and you're ascending the stairwell up to the next level of Worthington's Tower. And you're
Yeah.
on the stage
Okay.
in the Manhattanheim.
And can we say that as they shut the door, Brogar and all the crowd enters the ground floor?
Yes, yeah, it's exactly like January 6th.
Awesome. We got a party going on the ground.
Maybe there's even a shaman dude walking around. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Okay, awesome. Great
All right.
invention.
All right.
All
Thank you very
right.
much, everybody.
Yeah, fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're all
Exciting.
okay. Good. Well, let's just put in the chat when we play next, and it should be great. So, alrighty.
Awesome.
Thanks,
All right, take
everybody.
care.
Awesome adventure today.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks all.